What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to episode 261 of D&E TAKEOVER. I'm your host, David, here by myself today, but you know what's going on. We're still going to be talking about sports. Today's going to be a shortened episode for obvious reasons, but overall, Eric unfortunately couldn't make the show today, but guess what? We're going to keep the show rolling. We're going to be talking about all the stuff that's been happening around the world of sports, talking about the women's NBA, the women's basketball tournament that basically ended, and Caitlin Clark going to the draft, talking about that impact that she had. And also, we're going to be talking about the men's NCAA tournament with UConn winning it as well. Another respectable team that just won back-to-back for the first time in, I think, 13 years that's ever happened. Also, we're going to be talking about a significant figure in NFL, O.J. Simpson. He died today, and we're going to be talking about a little bit of his career, but also he has some stuff, that I'm not going to talk about. And also, we're going to get into discussing the stuff about Champions League soccer that basically happened. The first leg happened on Tuesday and Wednesday. And also, we're going to get into who's going to win the second leg, who's going to advance to the next round. And most importantly, we're going to be talking about the NBA, our most significant and most abundant topic for today. Talking about the NBA awards that we have coming up. And also, not to mention, NBA regular season ends in literally a couple of days. So we got to make our picks, and I'll give you my predictions on who I think is going to advance to the second round, and also for some sneaky little sleeper picks and favorites. But without further ado, I hope everyone's having a fantastic day on this beautiful Thursday evening or night, depending on where you are, or morning. But without further ado, we do have some comments down below, and also Ransom's in the building. What's going on, Ransom? Appreciate you, my dude. This is put up there. Philly Hines is in the building. Let's keep the claps going. Thank you. I appreciate it. And also, Ransom, appreciate you with the fire emojis. But anyway, let's just hop right into. And also, I forgot to mention MLB's kicking off right now, and we got a couple MLB topics we got to discuss because Major League Baseball is going crazy, and I love it right now because my team, the New York Yankees, are going off right now. They're literally one of the best teams in the American League, and if not the best team in the whole MLB. So they're basically popping off for their best record in like a lot of years. So it's nice to see them finally turning this around. But I do want to discuss one thing because we're getting into the end of the season. I believe the end of the season is on Sunday. I do believe. I'm going to get that exact for you guys right now. I'm talking about the NBA. I think the NBA season ends it ends on Sunday, April 14th. And pretty much most of the teams in the NBA are playing in that game that day. So it's going to decide a lot of seeding for a couple teams. And also not to mention it's going to decide which teams get home court advantage, which teams don't make the play-in. Because as of right now, we have, honestly, only 3 teams in the East that have clinched playoffs, and we have 5 teams in the West that have clinched playoffs. There's still spots 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up for grabs, and also, not to mention for the East, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are up for grabs. So it's still very, very close in the East and very close in the NBA. And right now, I just want to discuss into the Eastern Conference and give my team some flowers because they deserve it. The New York Knicks, I don't know why, guys. They're my team, and they just keep on. They're doing it. I'm telling you, everyone's been saying that the playoffs are so much better when the New York Knicks are in the playoffs, and I couldn't agree more right now. They're sitting in the 3rd spot, which I honestly don't want them to be in right now. If I'm going to be honest, I hope they drop down to 4. And I'll tell you why in a second. But overall, the New York Knicks have clinched playoffs, and they're the most recent team in the NBA to clinch the playoffs. It depends where they're going to clinch, whether they're going to be the 3rd spot, the 4th spot, 5th spot. They could be the 6th spot. It's very questionable. It depends on these next 2 games and how they go. And the Knicks play tonight, next 3 games, because the Knicks play tonight. So we'll see how that goes. They versus Boston. So I'm most likely going to see an L in that place, unless the Celtics just rest everybody. Anyway, Boston just ridiculous as they always are. They're in the 1st seed. They clinched that. They locked that up a long time ago. And also, the Milwaukee Bucks are up for question marks too because they recently had a coach change in the middle of the season, right before All-Star break, I believe. And they traded it. They got rid of their head coach. They fired him. Players didn't like him, and they brought in Doc Rivers. And we were expecting this major leap and jump. It was like this type of realization where it's like, hey, the star players wanted to get rid of the other coach so bad. You're expecting a bigger jump from their team because, hey, if maybe it was the head coach's fault. But now you're looking at this Bucks team and you're like, right now they look kind of wobbly. They're 13 and a half games behind in the 1st place spot, which is the Boston Celtics. A long way to go. But we were expecting, I think if you look at them years past, it was always Celtics, Bucks, and then everyone else in a sense. Or Celtics, Bucks, 76ers, wherever you had up them, and then everyone else is in like another category. This year, I feel like it's just the Boston Celtics, and the Bucks are with the Knicks, Cavs, Orlando Magic, and the Pacers. And it's not crazy to say because, granted, they're all close by 3 games, so it's still very possible that they're in the same category. But even if you just watch the Milwaukee Bucks play, and this is what me and Eric had some disagreements. He talked about this on Monday, saying that the Milwaukee Bucks are still Milwaukee Bucks, and I'm saying that like I just don't have faith in them anymore because of the fact is it's just they're just not catching my eye. And I'm not talking about flashy plays or just just overall just being hitting those threes and just doing like pretty ball. I'm saying like in terms of their fundamentals, I feel like they have some type of lackadaisical type of game plan. And I don't know if that has something to do with Doc Rivers coming late to the team. I think it definitely has a big part to do it when your head coach is assigned to you middle of the season. I definitely think there's a big culture change you got to adjust to. But the thing is, like going into the season, we were expecting Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo. We were arguing that they were going to win the NBA championship, that they were going to be this good because they're 2 superstar elite figures in the NBA. But overall, you look at it, I feel like Damian Lillard and Giannis both have not figured out a way to play well with each other. Like there's some games where they go off together and you're like, wow, this is what we're expecting. And this is what's going to be scary if they can keep it consistent. But the problem with anything and pretty much an NBA is consistency. If you don't have consistency, you're not going to be a top tier team. And right now the Bucks, even though they're sitting 2 in the Eastern Conference, I still think that they still haven't found their consistency, and they can easily be a team that can get eliminated first round. And listen, I know there might be a lot of Milwaukee Bucks fans that might be, against my decision or against my analysis on it, but it's just the facts. Because when you really look at this Milwaukee Bucks team, they got rid of Drew Holiday and they got messed up their perimeter defense so much. People don't want to talk about defense is very important. And I don't know why they got rid of Drew Holiday to get Damian Lillard. I know it was a great deal at the time, but you got to at least bring in another defensive perimeter piece that can really help your team. Because one of the biggest issues for the Milwaukee Bucks, and who would have figured, is their perimeter defense. The guards are basically cooking up the guards on the other team are basically cooking up the Bucks guards on defense every single night, and it's not even close. But overall, I do have some questions about the Milwaukee Bucks, and honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they got eliminated first round. That might be a hot take for many people, specifically Milwaukee Bucks fans. But if you watch their recent gameplay, I can see them be a team that can lose to a 76ers team with Joel Embiid back. I think they can definitely lose to them, and also to lose to a Miami Heat team that just plays so well rounded together. Moving on to the New York Knicks. I think the New York Knicks, listen, I got to give them a round of applause. They're my team. I got to support. But before we do, I got to get into these comments because Ransom just showing some love. I appreciate you, my dude. He said, peace. Have a great stream, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Round of applause for you. Keep on going. There we go. But overall, the Knicks, man, it gets better and better every single year. I mean, listen, I'm not complaining. The only thing I'm complaining is how expensive the tickets are. But good thing I'm not going to these games no more because the Knicks have been balling out. It's way more comfortable on the couch than it is in the seats. But overall, the Knicks have been balling out, and they've been doing this without Julius Randle, who's out for the rest of the season. And not even that, they were doing it majority of the time without Mitchell Robinson. I just love, and like, granted, I know the Knicks are my team, so they're going to be, you're probably going to say, oh, he's sounding biased. But in retrospective, like in reality, we got to look at this because I love teams that are so put together chemistry wise. Like that's why I loved watching the Miami Heat's run last season in the playoffs because they all had the dog in them. They're all going to fight and, keep on getting the extra play and fight for the extra possession. And they were all ballers and they basically worked together as a team and found the mesh. And I always say this, team chemistry will always, a good team that has great team chemistry will be the team that has great superstars and no team chemistry. It's just that simple. And we've seen it time and time again. I think the Knicks are one of those teams that we can see them. Right now, they're projected to verse the Pacers, and I really think that they can beat the Pacers. And then after that, they would have to verse either whoever, I don't know, I think it's a 1 seed or the 2 seed. I forgot who they verse after that. But I do think the Knicks can get out of their first round. But here's the issue is like you have no Julius Randle, and he's been coming up big for you guys this season. And I know people say, oh, it's the playoffs, he always falters. But when you get into the deeper rounds, you're really going to rely on when they double team Jalen Brunson, who do you have else? And right now, if they had Julius Randle, it'd be like, oh, they had another superstar. But now it's like, can the number 2 on this team step up when Jalen Brunson is not playing well? And they have been throughout the whole season, but can they do it when it matters most? That's the biggest question mark for the Knicks. Cleveland Cavs, honestly, they're pretty much consistent throughout the year. They know what they're doing. Orlando Magic, a round of applause for them. Did not expect them to basically be in this position, to be honest. But hey, Paulo Banchero, they're doing great, those guys, and they're just balling out. So you got to show some love to the youngins, and they built a new culture in Orlando. That's just how it is. And also the Indiana Pacers, another team that they look so good, but I feel like they've kind of taken a step back from the Pascal Siakam trade. They were in the same position, I think, when they traded for Pascal in this area or around there, and I feel like they haven't really made a big jump that I was expecting, but they're not regressing as bad as people think. So overall, I do think that's a positive for them, but I think it's another team that might be losing out in the first round because of playoff inexperience and also the fact that I think they're still finding their mesh with everybody. And then you got the 76ers and the Miami Heat. I'm going to give you my first round predictions just to be real frank with you guys. My first round in the play-in, I have obviously the Miami Heat in the 8th position and the Philadelphia 76ers in the 7th position. I think that can happen. And then if you look at it, first round, you got Boston versus Miami. I do think people are like, oh, Miami beat out Boston last season. You know, this can be a good rematch. I think Miami lost a lot of their depth in terms of Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, and being two particular guys that helped that team last season that we really know, that playoff run. And I think they're going to be missing them a lot, especially against a Boston Celtics team that's just so complete and so well-rounded. I got to give it to Boston. 2 versus 7 seed, Milwaukee Bucks versus the 76ers. I think this could be a very good, based off of seeding, this is an upset alert, and I think the 76ers could take it. I just don't have a lot of faith in the Bucks, and also Giannis coming off of an injury right now with the calf strain. We don't know how healthy he's going to be going into the playoffs, so that's still a question mark. So without further ado, I think the 76ers are your best bet. You got Joel Embiid that's coming back from an injury. He's been playing a couple games. He's getting healthy, getting into the rhythm. Tyrese Maxey's been playing phenomenal this season. So I'm taking the 76ers. And who's going to guard Tyrese Maxey if he's going to go off and drop 50? It's just going to be very difficult, I think, for them to contain. And Joel Embiid is just a different animal. And also, if you look at depth, I think the 76ers have more depth than the Milwaukee Bucks. But that's why I have the 76ers winning that game, which is pretty much a shock to everybody. And then you have the Knicks versus the Pacers. I have the Knicks beating the Pacers. I do think the Pacers are going to put a run for their money. This game might go to 7. But overall, I do think that the Knicks are just have a little better chemistry, and I think chemistry will beat the talent of the Indiana Pacers. And then the Cleveland Cavaliers 4th spot versus Orlando Magic in the 5th seed. And honestly, Orlando has been fun, but I think the Cleveland Cavs take it over for you guys because of the fact that they have Donovan Mitchell, superstar, and they're just more playoff experience. It's just that simple. But so to run it down, I got Boston beating the Heat, 76ers beating the Milwaukee Bucks, Knicks beating the Pacers, and the Cleveland Cavs beating the Magic. So I think that's a W pick right now, and I do think that can be consistent and be up for grabs in the future. I think it can happen, realistic. And now in the Western Conference, you got the Denver Nuggets, and in the play-in tournament, I do think it's tough. This play-in tournament consists of the Phoenix Suns versus the Kings, and then LA Lakers versus Golden State Warriors. And honestly, I don't know who's going to make the 7 and 8 seed. I want to say the Phoenix Suns, but the Phoenix Suns have been washy, and all you need is one good game, 1 or 2 good games, and you can overtake it. So honestly, as of right now, I'm going to go Sacramento Kings and maybe Golden State Warriors, Lakers, one of those 2 teams. I think I'm going to go Golden State Warriors just for this game. Denver Nuggets, 1st seed, phenomenal. They're doing their thing. They're basically saying we haven't slowed down since. They're literally a great team, unstoppable. Jokic is having an MVP season again. They're just playing amazing. And then you have the Minnesota Timberwolves that we did not expect. Ever since once Karl Anthony Towns got injured, I'm like, oh, they're gonna regress a little bit, and they've been taking the same stride, if not a little bit better. So it's gonna be scary once Karl Anthony Towns comes back, which I think he's supposed to come back today or tomorrow, sometime soon. OKC, another round of applause. A young team that just found it. They have great chemistry. That's just another team that has great chemistry together. And they know how to play. They make the right plays, and they could be a scary team that can just beat you with a bunch of energy. LA Clippers, another team that looks pretty good. Then again, you got to always question about their playoff performance with Paul George. Can he get back to his Indiana Pacers Paul George days and do well in the playoffs? And also, can James Harden stay healthy? There's a lot of factors on this team, but they're also another solid team that you have to look out for. And the Mavs, We have Luka Doncic playing at an MVP level, and then you have Kyrie Irving and Luka making that dynamic duo, finally finding their form. And this is the best team that Luka Doncic has had in terms of depth and chemistry. I feel like everyone's finding their role, and they're really producing right now, especially as of late. New Orleans Pelicans at 6. Listen, Zion, as much as we talk crap about Zion and how he doesn't play this season, he's actually been playing, and you got to give props to that. And the fact is, it's like he's still putting up good numbers. He's not putting up his 25 and 10, but I think he's putting up like 22 or 23 and like 8, something like that. But he's still balling out, and this New Orleans Pelicans team looks really good. But I do think that they could have a lot of faults because of how young they are. But just to go into my round 1 predictions, I got the Denver Nuggets at the 1 seed, and they're probably going to verse the Golden State Warriors, I assume. And I think the Denver Nuggets are going to beat whatever team that they verse. Doesn't matter if it's the Golden State Warriors, doesn't matter if it's the Lakers, doesn't matter if it's the Kings, or it doesn't matter if it's the Suns. I think you look at this team overall, you're looking at a team that has great superstars and they have great chemistry. They literally check off almost every single box, and they've won the championship before. They all know everybody. Same coach, same coaching staff, same players. It's just the same old. So Nuggets all day of the week. And then you have the Minnesota Timberwolves versus, let's just say, the Sacramento Kings for the sake of the argument. And honestly, as much as I love the Kings and De'Aaron Fox, I feel like they are missing something this year compared to last. And I think it's the production of a 6-man off the bench. Malik Monk hasn't been producing as much as he was last season. So I have Minnesota Timberwolves taking it, especially if Karl Anthony Towns is healthy coming back. And then you got the 3 seed OKC versus the number 6 seed New Orleans Pelicans. This is great. This is a great matchup because it's 2 young teams that, don't really have a lot of experience together with each other, not in terms of the playoffs. And I think OKC will take it out. Will beat them and overtake that series. I think it's gonna be a close one. I think in 6 or 7, but I think OKC could take it. And also Shea has been playing at an insane level as well. I got to give him props for that as well. And then 4 versus 5 seed, you got the LA Clippers versus the Dallas Mavericks. And honestly, the LA Clippers have beat the Dallas Mavericks 2 times in 2020 and 2021 when they verse each other in the playoffs. And I think this is Luka's time to shine. And I think he has the best opportunity and the best pieces for him to make it to a conference championship, or in fact make it to the NBA Finals. So he's playing an MVP type of season. Him and Kyrie are finally finding the dynamic duo, and they have the depth and bench that they've had in a while. So I do have the Dallas Mavericks taking that. I think there's a series that can go to 7 just because of how talented both teams are. But that's my Eastern Conference and Western Conference NBA first round predictions. I think I'm very solid on those, and I think those are a very good chance of happening. But without further ado, that's all she wrote for the NBA. We'll discuss more about the NBA awards on Monday when the season's finally over, technically, and we can discuss more stats about the regular season and more awards. But I do want to discuss one quick thing about the MLB. MLB has been kicking off right now, and I got to say, man, I'm really loving how my New York Yankees are going. The Mets, they had a slow start, but right now they're currently sitting at 5-7. They've currently been picking up the last couple of games, so let's see if they switch it up. But the Yankees, man, one of the best teams in the MLB, with a record of 10-3. And I think there's only 2 teams in the MLB to have double-digit wins so far, and the Yankees and the Dodgers are the 2 of them. So they've both been balling. And the best record, I got to give shout-out to the Pirates. And the Pirates are 9-3 in the NL and in the National League. They've been balling out. And a team that you didn't expect. It's so weird looking at these teams, and you look at them in the past, like, growing up, it would always be like the super teams were the Yankees or the Astros or the Red Sox or just those teams in particular, the powerhouses, the LA Dodgers. And now you're looking at it, it'd be like baseball's getting a little more diverse. You got teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates leading the league in win percentage in the National League. You got the Yankees taking it. You got the Guardians taking it. Also the Royals. You got the Detroit Tigers, Baltimore Orioles. It's just a different script than it was, let's say, 10 years ago. And nationally, you got the Pittsburgh Pirates, and you got the Milwaukee Brewers and Atlanta Braves, Chicago Cubs, Cincinnati Reds. Like, they're all in the top tier of the standings. So baseball is changing, man. The only thing is that it's still early and only 12 games have been played, so it's very early to predict what will happen. But as of right now, it's sitting pretty for my New York Yankees, and I can't complain right now because they all look like they're finding their form together, especially with Juan Soto balling out. But keep the round of applause going for my friend Bear. Bear's in the building. Go on, Bear. Appreciate you, my dude. Hope you're having a great day. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to discuss on MLB. And also, I didn't know if you guys heard today, but OJ Simpson died today, and it's crazy because I heard some people talking about it on the news, and it's kind of ironic and kind of comedic in the sense where they're just talking about how he's a legend of the sport and how we just totally disregard the fact that he just got away with a case. Accusations, I don't want to say false claims because then people will go after you, but accusations, how you just basically escaped them. I was just saying this today. I'm like, I saw his resume on, I forgot what sports channel it was, but they showed MVP and all these accolades and Heisman Trophy winner. I think he's one of 7 players in NFL history to win an MVP and a Heisman Trophy, which is absolutely insane. And also, I heard that he's the first one in NFL history to have an MVP, a Heisman Trophy, and an accusation in murdering somebody. So listen, it's a first for everything, and NFL is just it's a fun little joke I want to put there. But overall, it's not false. It's not a false statement. I do want to say that I was making a joke, and I'm like, I honestly thought he was dead already. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's gonna sound so bad, but I thought he was already gone. And don't really. I saw his post saying that he's looking up at us right now, basically implying that he went to hell. And honestly, if you understand the story, you would not disagree with this statement. That's all I'm to put it lightly and be politically correct. That's how I'm gonna go dance around that issue. But overall, he died today, and he had a great career in the NFL. Other things off the field are questionable and just terrible. But we all know what happened. But obviously, we can't say because just didn't get it. But overall, I do want to move in. I want to get past that because that in the past it happened, and now I do want to get into a little bit of Champions League, and I think we're going to get into some games afterwards. I just want to do a quick little half an hour show about there just to basically recap everybody in sports and just interact with y'all and just talk. Why not? I like talking to y'all. But overall, let's get into some Champions League football that happened the past 2 days. And as of right now, you have on Tuesday, April 9th, you had Real Madrid versus Man City. And boy, oh boy, we said this was going to be a great game, a great series. And right now, it's living up to the hype. You have Man City tying Real Madrid 3-3 at Real Madrid Stadium. Just wouldn't expect it. It was 1-0 Man City, and then it turned into 2-1 Real Madrid, and then it turned into 2-2, and then 3-2 Man City, and then 3-3 Real Madrid to tie it up in the 79th minute by Valverde. Great shots by Phil Foden, and Valverde taking that one time. It was absolutely beautiful to watch. But great football, great soccer. I liked it. I do think going into the second leg, I think just Real Madrid has too much DNA. I do think they're going to pull it out at most when it matters, and I do think it's going to be like a 1-goal differential. But also, you had Arsenal versus Bayern Munich, and they tied 2-2. And I believe they were at England. They were in Arsenal Stadium. So Bayern's gonna have to go back home. And listen, I give Bayern more props because then again, they have guys that have won it in the past, and they have history. They have veterans. I just think they're more comfortable than the Arsenal and then the Arsenal squad. So I have Bayern winning it back at home in the second leg. And then you got PSG versus Barcelona. This is one of those games that as well was one of those weird situations where Barcelona went up 1-0, and then all of a sudden PSG was up 2-1, and then all of a sudden Barcelona scored two other goals and made it 3-2, and they basically won that whole game. But it was weird because they were playing in PSG in France, so it's good for Barcelona, and they got to go back home, and now they got to defend it. And when you already have the lead on aggregate, you're pretty much going to play more defensive. If not, the first 45 minutes, you're going to try to find another goal to be more secure. And at that point, just play keep away and just play park the bus in a sense. But I want PSG to win, and I do think they can pull it off. I just think Mbappe had an off game. I do think they can pull it off, but Barcelona's in the favor right now. But I'm going to stick with my gut and go PSG anyway. And also for the last one, Atletico Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund. Atletico had they won 2-1. Dortmund scored a goal late to make it in the 81st minute to make it a goal, so basically helps them in terms of aggregate. I do have Atletico winning this in the beginning, and I will stick by my answer. I think they're favorites, and they have to play away next time, so it's gonna be difficult for them. But honestly, they're in a situation where they can park the bus and basically not be scared of that Borussia Dortmund attack. So, as of right now, just a recap: I have Real Madrid taking it, I have Bayern Munich taking it, going to the next round. I got PSG taking it, going to the next round, and I have Atletico Madrid going to the next round. So those are my recaps, my predictions on the UCL UEFA Champions League predictions, and yeah. But overall, they play next week on Tuesday, April 16th and April 17th, Wednesday. So I'm definitely going to tune into those games to watch out. But overall, and not to mention, to change topics, talk about the NHL real quick. The New York Islanders are in a playoff position. And listen, I love saying that because the Islanders are my team. And they were in a position where it looked like they weren't going to make the wild card. And right now they're sitting third in the Metropolitan Division. And right now I'm not complaining because all they got to do is they got, I think, 3 more games, something like that. All they got to do is hold out. Yeah, they have 4 more games and they're playing right now. All they got to do is win majority, win 3 out of the 4, if not win all of them, and you're safe. But you need at least getting points on the board because you're in the lead right now. You can't have anybody catching up. But we'll stay tuned with that. I'll give you updates on that as we go because NHL season, I believe, ends the 17th. Yes. No, ends the 18th. Ends 18th on the Thursday. So the season will still be going once we have our podcast on Monday. So we'll just go more in depth on that. But overall, guys, if you want to comment down below a NFL player and an NBA player and a soccer player so we can get into our games and basically close out the show. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are great. And if you haven't hit the like button down below, make sure to hit that. And also, if you're new here, subscribe as well so you don't miss any other shows that we go on. But if we don't have any team players, I'm just going to go on a limb and just do it myself. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is from last time. I'm like, what am I looking at? Let's see what we got. All right. I'm just going to go by myself, pick one. Get a cup of water, a bottle of water real quick. Okay, let's start off with who do we talk about? We'll go Jalen Brunson. I'm watching him right now. Balling off like MVP type of caliber. A guard. He's a tall guard. Young guard, too. Let's go Anthony Edwards. Okay. He's 6'5", 6'6", and he's 23, 24. And his number is in between. Okay, let's go into divisions now. West. Let's go into Mavericks. We go Luka. All right, he's on Dallas. Okay. He is. Dang it. This is tough. Southwest. He's on Dallas. So got Kyrie, Luka, Josh Hardy. Hardy, maybe? Jaden Hardy, I think it is. Yeah. Okay. Jaden Hardy. Who else is on the team? Jaden Hardy. Dante Exum. Dang it. Who's on that team? It's probably nobody. Jeez. The heck? Who's the guard? Okay. Green? Yeah, the Irish, not Irish, dude, the Australian. I haven't seen him play in a while. Josh Green. Hey, let's go, baby. We balling. Josh Green. Let's go. We moving. Let's move on to the next one. Go on, let's keep on rolling. Why don't we stop now? Where am I going? Here we go. Okay, let's keep on moving. Let's see this one. Refresh the page. Okay, who should we go with? We'll go with Aaron Rodgers because he's literally right here. AFC, 6'1" or 6 foot, young guy or younger guy. Okay, let's go Joe Mixon. He's on that team now, the Texans. He's a running back. AFC West, AFC North. 6 foot, and he's younger. He's a running back. Okay, AFC West, we got Isaiah Pacheco, maybe? Okay, he's in the AFC West. He's 23, 24. So a young guy. Denver Broncos, Williams, maybe? Okay, not him. Okay, who else is in that? The Raiders. Raiders and who? Raiders and who's the other one? The Chargers. I think his name is Spiller. Isaiah. Okay, he's not on the Chargers. That means he's on the Raiders. And at that point, I know Aaron Jones is on that, but I don't think he's that young. Oh crap! Who just got there? They got rid of Josh Jacobs and they signed somebody else. Who the hell is the running back of the Raiders? Damn. Who the hell is the running back of the Raiders? Jeez. We're losing it right now. Hold up. Who the hell got to the Raiders? I'm trying to think. I'm thinking of Madison, maybe. I know he got there. Okay. I know he's definitely on that team. Okay, they don't have him up for 1 second. Okay, that's interesting. Too good. Okay, he's on defense or special teams. Let's go with Adoree Jackson. Okay. He's 5'9", 27. He's 27, 5'9". He's on defense. Oh, farts. He's a special teams guy. Oh, he's in the AFC. Why'd I go NFC team? I'm so dumb. Let's go Evan McPherson. He has a kicker. Not in the West, not in the North, South, and the West and the East. AFC East. Let's think of Tyler Bass. He's in the AFC East. And it's God. Okay, AFC East, Tyler Bass. Okay. Who else is the kicker? Kicker for the Jets, I think, is Greg Zuerlein, but he's not 27. Patriots, Bills, Patriots, Dolphins. What the hell's the Dolphins kicker? Dolphins kicker. Okay. Okay. Dolphins kicker. Oh, Sanders. Which one is it? Farts. Okay, he's not on Buffalo. He's not on. Trying to think. The Jets. What other kicker do the Jets got? Don't understand. Oh, they had that new guy. Austin S. Yes. Let's go. freaking go. Let's go. Let's go into the last one. Let's close the show out. Let's go with 4 for 4. Why not? Just for fun. Okay, let's do it. Close out the show. Close out the show. What I don't know what the hell this ad is, but we'll just keep on going. Declan Rice, because in honor of Eric, let's go Declan Rice today, if it will let me. Oh. Farts. Okay. Let's go Mbappe. He's in the league on. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Oh my god. Don't know. I don't know. Let's see if we can get a position though, Potato. All right. All right. We're screwed. We're screwed. It's all right. We're screwed, but we're screwed. No, I gotta do my freaking guessing one again. My guessing ones never work. Oh, we got this guy. Let's go. Okay. He's a defender. Let's go. I'm feeling a GE. The hell? These names. Okay. GA. Nice. Okay, I like this guy. Okay. Okay, we're kind of screwed right now, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's go with BA. I'm literally just guessing and checking right now. Okay. Crap. Okay, he's 22. Don't even know what team he's on. Okay, let's go DA in honor of my first two initials of my name. Okay. Oh, God, this is so difficult. I'm running out of letters. I'm gonna go AL. Monaco. I do say do. Jeez. And last one. Jeez, we're gonna go FE. Last one. You gotta make it count. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, we're gonna go Ari. Okay, that didn't work out. Okay, we're gonna go NE. Okay. Jeez, I have no idea what team this is. Okay, we're just gonna go for it because. Oh my gosh! I thought I got it. Vanderson. I swear to God, I would have never heard of that. That's so terrible. Who is this guy? Whatever. We go 3 for 4. Whatever. But without further ado, guys, thank you for stopping by and watching this show. I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to give a quick little rundown in sports, just talk about it and just talk to you guys. But without further ado, if you haven't hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel, please do that right now. Be much obliged, much appreciated. As always, you guys are the best, and we appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for popping out. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, rest of your day, and the rest of your weekend. And we'll see you back on Monday. And yeah, without further ado, it's been your boy David, and we are out, guys. See you next week. Peace. Enjoy your weekend.